guys, today I'm going to be sharing my makeup inventory for 2015 with you. So basically what I want to do is lay out what I have now. I started doing one a week or so ago, and then I kept forgetting to add things in, and I kept writing it down and scribbling stuff out. So what I decided that I'm going to do, I'm just going to lay out everything that I have here. So I'm kind of going to count through. I'll show you guys what I have in each category and then just go from there. I did my makeup inventory and then I decluttered a bunch of stuff anyway, so I kind of have to go through and count anyway. I thought I would just take you guys along for the ride as I go through how many of each thing I have, and that way you can kind of see what I've got. I am going to count in samples for some of the stuff too, because I need to work through that as well. So I'm just going to go ahead and get started with my face makeup first. First up, I have foundation type things. So I have 3 full-size foundations, one of which is in my project pan right now, or in my finish 5 by Cinco de Mayo, finish 7 by spring, one of the two. I have 2 BB creams. So I have the Garnier one, which is full size, that I should actually really start working through, and then the Dr. Jart BB balm. Then I have 8 sample size foundations, and a lot of those are probably going to be way too dark for me, so I might try them once and then get rid of them because they're way too dark. So in total, and there is A1, in total I have 4 full size BB creams or foundations, and then 9 sample foundations or BB creams. In total right now I have 7 face primers, so I have 2 full size and then most of them are mini ones. The 2 on the left there are mattifying ones, and then I have an under eye primer, Smashbox Photo Finish primer, the L'Oreal Youth Code Pore Vanisher, the Tarte BB Cream Treatment Tinted Primer something, and the L'Oreal Magic Pore Perfecting Base or something along those lines. And then 2 of those are actually just about done. The L'Oreal one and the Tarte one are almost done. And so I think that's a reasonable amount to have because I'm going to work my way through a lot of those. Next up I have face powders. So technically there are 11 here, counting the Hourglass powder because the powder is a palette and there's 3 in there. Most of these are mini-sized, or several of these are mini-sized, and a couple of them are on my list to use up, like the e.l.f. one and the Urban Decay one that's in my Finish 5 by Cinco de Mayo. The YBF one is like a yellow face powder. It's a color correcting one. I need to play with that one a little bit more and look at how to use that one. But yeah, I have way too many face powders is what I'm learning right here. Here I have concealer, so I have... The Ula Lift technically isn't a concealer, but I'm putting it in this category because I use it under my eyes. So I have a couple that I'm using up in my Finish 7 by Spring, I think. In total here there are 11 concealing products. Some of them are little duos or trios or quads, and some of them have like brightening creams and stuff with them, but I'm counting them all together in this category. Oops, +1 because I forgot one of my Olay and CoverGirl concealer, under eye concealer type. Next up are bronzers, and some of these I'm just counting all together because I don't know how to best do them. But technically here I have a 1 cream bronzer, 1 just regular bronzer, and then I have 3 bronzers that are in duos, and then my contour palette from City Color, which technically has like a contour bronzer and a highlighter, but I'm just going to count it in the bronzer category. So technically here I have 5 powder contours and 1 cream contour. Next up are my highlighters. I have 4 cream highlighters here, and then I have 10 powder highlighters. I don't need any powder highlighters anytime in the near future. I need to stop buying highlighters. So helpful, Awen. You are so helpful. Thank you. Alright, I have an insane amount of blush. Yeah, I'm a crazy person when it comes to blush apparently. So I'm counting the 2 other halves of the blush in those 2 duos, but I have too much blush. I really need to go through and declutter again, even though I just decluttered. There are 10 cream blushes, counting each one in my Stila Convertible Cheek and Lip duo. And then I have 34 powder blushes, counting each of the ones in that quad individually. Yeah, I don't need to buy any blush anytime soon either, apparently. I have such an insane amount of blushes. I didn't really realize how many I had until I did this inventory. Next up I have eyeshadow primers. I have 4 sample Urban Decay eyeshadow primers, and then I have 4 regular size eyeshadow primers. Next up I have cream and eyeshadow pencil bases. Kitty is being so helpful in this process. So I have 10 pot cream eyeshadows, and then I have 1 little sample size that Kitty's attacking of the Bare Minerals 5-in-1. Then I have 10 pencil cream eyeshadow bases because one of them is double-sided. Woofda. Holy cow, I am an insane person when it comes to eyeliner. I have 34 pencil eyeliners and 2 kind of cream gel eyeliners here. I have accumulated a ridiculous amount of mascara samples this year for some reason. Most of these are not open, so the 4 in the top right corner, those are open. but everything else I don't believe has been open, and most of these are sample size. But in total, I have 12 mascaras right now in general. Some of them are sample size, some of them are not, but most of these I did not purchase. They came either in sample sets and things like that. So most of these I didn't buy, at least, if that makes it better. Finally, I have a reasonable amount of something. I have 2 sets of brow powder things here, 2 eyebrow pencils, and 1 brow gel. I'm struggling with how to best categorize these, so I'm just doing anything that's a duo or smaller that is like an eyeshadow type product. I'm putting these all together. So I'm going to count each eyeshadow individually within those duos, but we're just going to count it up this way. So however you want to categorize these products, I don't know. I'm just counting them all as just basically eyeshadows, and I have 38 things here. For these, I'm just going to count these as small palettes and count each one as itself. So I have 10 small palettes this way. Okay, this is a sign. I have way too many palettes. Some of these could probably have been included with the small palettes, but oh well. I have 23 of these bigger palettes. Yeesh. Next up is lip products, and I have a ton of these, so I'm going to go through them in categories. First up, I have 2 lip liners, and then I have 10 lip crayon type products. Next up, I have lipsticks or liquid lipstick type products, things like that, things that stain, and I have 27 of these. Next up are lip gloss type products. I have 36 of these, and a lot of these are mini size though, so I just need to get to working on them and getting them used up, and some of them will not take that long if I actually, you know, do it. Last up here in the lip category are lip butters and chapsticks and things of that nature. I have 6 here, and then I know for a fact that I have 3 more floating around, like in my purse and next to my sink and things like that. So in total, I know that I have at least 9 chapsticks floating around. Last thing that I have here are eyelashes, fake eyelashes, which I don't tend to wear very often at all. I usually can't get them to stay on my eyes. But in total here, I have 5 pairs. All right, so that is it for my makeup inventory for the beginning of 2015. If nothing else, that reminds me and it reassures me that I really don't need to buy any more makeup anytime in the near future. I have more than enough of pretty much every category. It tells me that I need to declutter a little bit more because like the lip products and stuff, I know that there's a ton of stuff that I don't really use, so I need to go through that at least one more time. And it also just gives me a baseline of, okay, here's how much stuff I have, here's what I need to use up, and here's stuff that I need to really work through. So at some point, I'm not going to do it right now because I've done a ton of project use it up type videos in the last couple days, in the last couple weeks here. But at some point, I think I'm going to go through and come up with a plan of stuff that I want to use up throughout the year. There's definitely stuff that I need to get through, especially like lip products. I know there's a ton of minis that I could easily get out of my collection if I just actually take to using them a little bit more frequently. So yeesh. I'm going to write my numbers of each category of stuff in the down bar just to let me know kind of a baseline, and if you're curious how many there were, I wasn't doing this video to brag in any way. It's more just to let me know how much stuff I have and remind myself I don't need any more makeup. I do have a full-time job. I have been collecting for several years now, and so this is just stuff that's accumulated, stuff that's been gifted to me, stuff that I've gotten, you know, my mom knows that I love cosmetics, so she buys me stuff for my birthday and Christmas and things like that. So yeah, basically it's just to remind me I don't need all of that stuff. If you guys have done a makeup inventory or you have tips for the best way to use up some of these products, I know like layering lip products would help a lot. I need to get into doing that a little bit more often and things like that. If you have any suggestions, let me know that in the comments below, or if you've done a makeup inventory recently, I'd love to see that in the comments below too. I hope you guys are having a great new year, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.